I'd like to first welcome to our panel Reverend Dr. Michelle F. Parker, who is the proud pastor of St. John Christian Methodist Episcopal Church. She is a teacher and a leader of Christian faith. Pastor Parker has a strong passion for developing intergenerational leaders. She believes radical hospitality should be displayed in every walking moment. Please welcome Reverend Dr. Michelle F. Parker. Next up, I would like to introduce you to Captain Michael T. Jones. And then our final panelist. Not sure that he needs any introduction. He's one of the babies that the village raised to. Proud DC native, we welcome him as our council member of the Great Ward 8. It is none other than the black excellence that is Mr. Councilmember Trayon White. Just so y'all know who's in front of you, each of our panelists are well educated and respected in their field of profession. We're going to send them love and light and have this conversation started. I will have somebody going around to ask your questions. This is a very safe space. I want you to be transparent. Our job is to be credible messages, I'll say that, to those that we serve. So if there's something that you've always wanted to ask your council member, one of the community service leaders in your neighborhood, somebody at MPD. Ooh, we have a whole reverend on the panelist who can tell you about walking with God and how that will help straighten some things in your community too. Do not be scared. So with that, first question. The event theme today is One Love, One Heart, One Community. A day of faith, fun, and family. For my panelists, as this event closes for today, what do you suggest we as a community do so that we can keep the momentum, the feeling, and the love that's present today in the streets of our community tomorrow?
Is that a question?
Whoever would like to start.
All right, bet, there it is. So first, I would like to thank St. John CME for their leadership here. Give a round of applause for taking the church outside the four walls and doing Jesus work in the community. And that's really what it's all about. Shout out to God Speak and Fan and those who have all collaborated, put this together. I think that we have to continuously create safe spaces for our community. Far too many times I hear young people saying, I hear y'all got something going over here, but I don't feel comfortable or feel safe traveling there or staying there for fear of safety. And so I think we got to change the mindset and the culture of our community, because I think that far too many times we have what we want to do in mind, but without the input of those who we are trying to serve. And so I try to go and listen to it and listen to what we want to do. I'm excited to see a lot of young people here today, and also our seniors who've added value to the conversation. And so what we need to do this, we gotta fund and put our money where our mouth is. These hot dogs, these juices, it's not free, right? And I think that it costs money to do ministry. We know that because Jesus had a treasurer, right? I ain't no Bible scholar, but they said Judas stole the money, so somebody has some money. And it's not really about money, it's about resources for the community and putting those resources in a place that needed the most. And I found out as a council member that those populations of people who need the advocacy the most, advocate the least. So we have to do a better job of creating a we in our community, putting love back in our community again, putting care back in our community again. And that's what's going to take to turn our community around. So I think that those are some of the smaller things we all have a responsibility to do, regardless of what the titles are, but we all can have a responsibility of making our community safe again. Amen?
Amen. Jojo, I see you got the mic. Yeah.
I think the thing that we need to do is continue to stay connected, be committed to one another, be committed to love, be committed to showing up. I think those things are important. Councilmember White said to create a safe, connected space. In order to do that, we have to be open-minded, be able to listen to one another, and listen to hear, not listen to respond, which means that you have to listen without judgment. You have to keep an open mind, keep an open heart, and make sure that everyone stays connected and continue to show up for one another.
Amen.
Thank you. Yes, Captain.
I'll piggyback on what both Councilmember White said.
Can you talk a little more into the mic, please? so we can hear you.
I'll piggyback on both what Councilmember White said as well as JoJo. It's important that we create spaces where kids can be kids, they can grow up together, they can know one another, but also like the community can become family again. As I go throughout DC, I realize that there's a disconnect. Kids can't play on playgrounds no more, so they don't get to know their neighbors, they don't get to know their communities. Community members don't feel safe sitting on front porches no more, so they don't know their neighbors, they don't know their community. And the more events like this we can have, the more youth we can bring out, the more connected we can stay, and hopefully we can curb some of the violence.
Oh, excellent answer. Yeah, it's your turn.
Testing. One of the things we can do immediately is that we can get on IG. We can share our photos on our Instagram accounts and Facebook and let them see what we're doing, so we're spreading the love. And let them know that it's starting right here, that we are making the difference and we're becoming the model that we want others to follow. So you can use your online platforms to share. You can take pictures today and share those pictures today. And before you leave, I want you to give somebody a hug and share the love.
I got a hug for you, Reverend. Don't you worry. You didn't have to ask on the mic. You could have been out.